Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's Uncle Sele, and I want to welcome you to this awesome. I think this is my first YouTube live video. Oh, wow, that was interesting. Okay, so it's Uncle Sele again, and yeah, I want to welcome you. And so I had schools have resumed already. So some schools have resumed this week, and some are resuming next week. So I don't think we are late. All right. So what we'll be talking about is back to school. Our children are going back to school, and I have some strategies. So we're going to divide them into two. We'll talk about some today, and we'll talk about some of them tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, so everybody knows that school is the place where you go to learn. School is a place that is where you're transformed. School is a place where you're transformed. School is a place where you get to meet new friends. School is a place where if you don't do the right things, you would not learn anything, even if there's information everywhere, everywhere. Do you understand? And the truth is, school is a place where you get education, and education is part of life. So it means that you must get education because you're building your mind. You're helping you to solve problems, to know how to be creative, to know how to be relevant in life. You understand? So that's why school is very, very important. So I want to welcome everyone to this exciting back to school series with Uncle Sele. So I'm going to be very brief, because I know that we have a whole lot of things that we're doing. But I want you to make sure you take action. That's the most important thing. For everything that you do, you must take action. So let's do this. All right. So I need to invite people. Invite people so that they can come learn something from what we're doing because it is very important, not just for you, it's for a whole lot of children. Oh yeah, this message I'm giving and this training is for both parents and for children. So I'm doing basically two in one. All right. So I came up with this acronym. This I've been liking, loving a whole lot of acronyms so that you can get the message. And you can stay inside of you while you listen. So once you just know the acronym, you know what we're talking about. All right. So back to school, strategy for a successful back to school experience, for your children. The acronym is SMILES. All right. So for today, we're going to talk about SMILES. So the acronym is SMILES. So you can see that now I've said SMILES is something that you'll be able to remember. All right. So the first one is you must set positive goals. Yes. So as a child, you set goals. Parents, you also help your children set goals. You understand? It's a two-way. It's a two-way thing. So while children need to set goals, children need to understand what goals are. Parents need to help them set goals. Now, every time I'm talking to children, I always like to ask them questions. In maths, what would you like to get at the end of the term? Some of them say 40 over 60, some of them say 50 over 60, some of them say 60-60, some of them say, they want to get, that's an exam, then that means over 100, some of them want to get 98, some of them want to get 70, some of them want to get 80, some of them want to get 90. And the truth is, they say it, according to their strengths. But you see something, for every child that writes down, I want to get 70, they always get more than that because their eyes are fixed on 70. So they strive to get 70. But most times they get more than 70. So I have found out over time that setting goals help. Setting goals help. Write down the subjects, write everything. I'm sure Mimi and Akili can hear me. Write down everything. Write down everything. What do you want to get in each subject? What do you want to get in each subject? Write down everything. What do you want to get in each subject? So the first one is set positive goals. What do you want to get in each subject? Write it down. For every time you write it down, what you are saying to yourself is, I will do the right things to get this score. So it means that you're going to help your child while your child is also conscious. So your child must see it. So children must see what they want to get. Parents must also see and help. While the child is also moving towards getting more than what they have written. It's very important. Set goals. Set goals. Set goals. Set goals. Set goals. It is very important. Set goals. All right. Remember, we're talking about, you are using the acronym SMILES. The next one is M. Make learning fun. Back to school. Make learning fun. If you notice, for every time a child is not doing well in a course, is as a result of some factors. Number one, they don't understand it. Number two is that they don't probably like the teacher or the teacher's learning style. Number three, some children, and in this generation and time and season, they like learning to be fun. So if learning is not fun for them, some of them don't do well. And sometimes learning, the fun, you can use interactive lessons, games, engaging activities to help your child learn these things. So learning has to be fun. Children, make learning fun. How do you make learning fun? You're not going to just be one way. Do you understand? Be interactive. Play with your friends. There's this thing that we always do when you want to learn something. One of the reasons why I like using acronyms to learn is because I always use acronyms when I was even in school. It helps me remember. So I'll just for example, we're using SMILES. So back to school. How do I succeed in school? SMILES. Oh, what did Uncle Sele say about SMILES? S. Set positive goals. M. Make learning fun. So the question is, how do you make learning fun? Sometimes you can turn your learning to games. Any subject or lesson, turn it to games. I remember there was a time I was teaching some children, and I wanted to talk to them about values. And I said, I taught them, I know the right, I know the wrong, I know the right things to do. Do you understand? We sang. They can't forget it. They cannot forget it. So learning has to be fun. So let's go to I. I is involve parents, involve teachers, involve friends. You have to involve people. You can't learn on your own sometimes. You can't do a lot of things on your own. But what you need to do is you need to communicate with people, communicate with daddy and mommy. Communicate with daddy and mommy. Daddy and mommy communicate with your children. So do you understand? So for parents, this I will be get involved. Get involved in learning. So there has to be a strong child parent or child teacher or teacher child communication. Yes, and the home also has to be a place that supports learning. Has to be a place that supports learning. So remember, this training is for both parents and both children. So how do you do that? Make sure you are involved in the learning of your children. Children, get your parents involved. And so for parents, your home environment has to be supportive. If the environment is not supportive, no, it's not going to work. So you see, it has to be so supportive in such a way that when your children come, they understand the things to do. They just know that. So for example, let me tell you, Achille and Miracle, when they come back from school, they drop their bags and where they're supposed to be, they have their bath, they do their homework. We support that structure and they do the things that they ought to do. Okay, so let's go. L, listen actively. Listen. Children back to school, listen. Parents, help your children listen. Teach them how to listen. Listen to teachers. Listen to people who who are good in school, listen. They must listen. They must listen. If they don't listen, it means that they're just floating. They're just in school, they're floating. They're floating. So you must help them listen. They must listen to their teachers. And when they come back, ask them what they learned to tell you if they really listened in school. Yeah. Did you listen properly? Because listening helps, better understanding and communication. So they can listen and they can ask questions. So it's very, very important that you begin to teach your children how to listen. Children, you need to listen. Children need to listen. Because the truth is that there's a whole lot of distraction everywhere. There are distractions everywhere. And it's very important when a child can take off all the distractions and pay attention. All right. The next one is E. Establish routines. Establish routines. I had a session yesterday and we talked about routines. Routines are very important for children. Routines are very important. So let me tell you something. When a child knows what he's supposed to do when he wakes up, he does it. When a child knows what he's supposed to do when he gets back from school, she does it. When a child knows what he's supposed to do when he gets to school, she does it. Routine, homeworks, meals, bedtime. You help a structured and balanced life for your children. Very, very important. Very, very important. It is very important. It is very, very important. Establish routines. Establish routines. It is very important. Once it is consistent, your children adapt to that consistency, and that's how their life begins to be. What you now begin to do is, you begin to transfer values. Do you understand? Even without writing them, because you've established the things that they ought to do, the things that they ought to do, the things that they ought to do. That's what routines help. Routines help to ensure, help their mindset so they know what to do. All right. So you see, I'm not wasting your time, but very fast. All right. So we have S. S is supportive friends. Who are your children's friends in school? Do you know them? Yeah. Do you know them? Especially fathers. Yeah. Sele inclusive. Your children's friends, their best friends. Who do they hang out with in school? Who are they going to talk to in school? Their friends will determine a whole lot of things because they will do the same things. They will either listen or play. They will either want to do assignment or not do assignment because they are friends. So if you put in your child that ability, to learn, and your child knows that when they come back from school, they are going to face you, it means that for every friend that they will have, they will need to either teach that friend what you have taught them. Yeah, that's the truth. And that child will join your own child. If your child, and sure, don't worry, maybe on that day that we're gonna have to teach, we're gonna have to talk about influence. But that's not now. We'll talk about influence maybe some other time. But you see, friends are very, very important in schools. Friends are very, very important. You all remember. So you need to understand the fact that your friends, they will want to do the right things. They want to go to the same places. They want to buy the same shoes. And I remember my daughter was one time crying that, oh, my friend is leaving school. I'm not going to see my friend again. She's looking at me. She's not going to see my friend again. Because you see, when they were in school, they were always very close. They were not in the same class. They always helped each other. They always go to, there's this person that you can actually talk to say, oh, look, I don't understand this thing. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, let's read together. Let's go to this together. Let's do this together. Very important. So let's go over it again. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about the second phase. The first one is set positive goals. Set positive goals, which I believe is the first thing we need to do as parents. Let our children understand the goals that they are going to achieve. And you see, the funny thing is, when you set goals for your children, they have a consciousness of how to behave in school. Do you understand? They have a consciousness of the things they want to get. Now, it's not forceful, it's not harassment, it's not fear. No, just tell them that, look, this is what do you want to achieve in school? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to get? The next one is M. Make learning fun. Make learning fun. Your child is going to school, they have to enjoy the school that they're going to. They need to understand that I'm going to school to learn, but you see something is not punishment. School is not punishment. Let your children enjoy school. You see, for the schools that I teach in, and once they know that I'm coming, is the day that I'm coming, they're always very excited. Why? Because learning is fun. They're coming to school to learn, but they're also coming to what? Have fun. So involve daddy and mommy. Daddy and mommy also gets involved. Do you understand? Get involved. Create a supportive learning environment at home. Ensure that in school, the learning environment is also very good. Very, very important. Very, very important. Very, very important. Very, very important. L, listen actively. Teach your child to listen. Teach your child to listen. Teach them to listen. Teach them to listen. Then E, we have established routines. Establish routines. What that does is that it helps them to be consistent. It helps them to be consistent in their daily work. They know when they wake up what they need to do. They're not waking up to go and watch TV, even when they're supposed to be getting ready for school. They know that when they wake up, they go and have their bath. They get ready, they brush their teeth, they get ready, they have breakfast, and their bags are already packed. My house, their bags are even packed after school, after assignment the previous day. Yeah, they don't pack their bags the day they're going to school. No, after assignment, their things are packed, thanks to awesome mommy. Mommy has a fantastic way of creating structure. So I think other parents need to understand that create structure. You're not looking for biro, forgetting eyeglasses, forgetting water bottle. Everything is packed a day before. That's what it means to establish structure. Then S, supportive friends. Your child has friends. Find out who they are. For every child that will listen, who is your friend? Who is your friend? Who is your friend? Who is your friend? That's your friend. Is your friend the kind that helps you learn, or is your friend the type that distracts you from learning? Do you understand? Does your friend help you learn, or does your friend distract you from learning? Does your friend distract you? If your friend distracts you, then there's a problem. Yeah, because it all boils down to the goals that have been set. The goals that have been set. The goals that have been set. Once those goals are set, it means that your eyes are on the goals. Your eyes are on the goals. And you keep making sure that, you work towards achieving those goals. All right. Yeah, it's been an exciting one. I think I'll do that. I think I'll do this more often. People, what do you think? Yeah. Everybody's saying I should do it. Uncle Paul, what do you think? Okay, Akili, Mimi, what do you think? Okay. So it means we'll be coming on YouTube more often, and we'll be talking to parents, also be talking to children. So everyone, please, I want to say thank you for listening to Uncle Sele's Back to School. And please make sure you share this video. Get parents to listen to it. It's not too long. We have to make it very short so that, you can listen. Do you understand? So please share the videos and invite more people to listen to Uncle Sele. Thank you so much. Oh, Mommy Chidima is here. God bless you, Mommy Chidima. Very, very important. Thank you so much. please share the videos and make sure that people get to join us tomorrow as we do another, the last part of the back to school. Thank you so much. Bye bye.